Hi, YouTube Review Bot. For the last week, this particular channel has been getting hammered with takedown demands. One of them on behalf of Project Veritas, James O'Keefe. Another one based on me, I guess I insulted QAnon. And this one here where I was criticizing YouTube for making a mistake, acknowledging they made a mistake, but still punishing me and barring me from being allowed to submit an appeal preemptively because they knew what would happen is I would just say the same thing, which is what I always say. I'm not promoting misinformation. I'm debunking it. That's my default answer because that's all I ever fucking do. One of the videos they flagged was a 2020 December 11th video where I criticized YouTube for being wrong about flagging my channel and refusing to allow an appeal. In the video, I complained about your company, YouTube, flagging my video that quoted the World Health Organization's FAQ on the subject of messenger RNA and DNA and what they're used for and what the differences are. And on the subject of what we're not allowed to talk about. If you're not aware of it, we're not allowed to say the V word or any variation of it. So I'm going to have a link below in the description that just goes to the World Health Organization page I quoted. And if you're not aware of it, they flagged this video with a blank description and a blank title. So it had to be based on what I said. But in the video recording, I had just gotten over having a really horrible cold because it was wintertime, and I was talking very quietly, and the audio was bad, like very low volume. But their AI bot detected that I said a bad word. Anyway, I was reading the World Health Organization's frequently asked questions on a subject we are not allowed to ever say the words for. That means you can't say them. They're kiss of death words. But it was about messenger RNA, mRNA, RNA, ribonucleic acid, and DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. And why these being used for a particular technology in medicine can't be what people are claiming they are on TikTok or whatever because they're simply wrong. Now, I was debunking the subject. So I'm going to leave a bunch of links that lead to the World Health Organization, Wikipedia, and the Centers for Disease Control. Just like I threatened to do in the video. In the video, I am heard, you can hear me saying, and I'm going to upload the same video with the same content on every one of my channels. At the time, I had more than 2. And I dare you to flag me for something you just restricted me for. Because once they admitted that I had literally said nothing wrong, and all I did was say, literally, the video is, don't worry about these subjects. And then I said, I did the bad thing of saying what the subject matter is that I'm talking about. Use the links below to look up the information and make sure you understand you're being lied to by TikTok or Facebook. And what happened is the we can't say that word anymore groups on the internet who don't like that subject matter being brought up decided to flag me en masse and tell me about it in the comment section. And YouTube's AI bot went along with it. And then when YouTube had to admit they'd been tricked by a bunch of trolls, they wouldn't admit it. They just said, we've corrected it. It doesn't violate our community guidelines, which means it violated no community guidelines. But they still restricted it. And they decided to restrict several other videos and said, you can't appeal this. But when you find a restriction on that and you hit the help button, it says you're free to appeal this because we can make mistakes on this. But you guys restricted the vid anyway and refused any appeal process by blocking it out. And when I tried clicking the button, it actually brought up effectively, I couldn't get it on screen because then it crashed my browser. By the way, that's been happening all day now when I try to log into the channel, mysteriously. It crashed my browser and put up a message that you don't want to click this button. Stop clicking. No, clicking this button can be grounds for terminating your channel by hitting the appeal button that was grayed out that wasn't active. Literally the act of desperately trying to be able to hit the appeal button, because I thought the page had failed to load correctly, resulted in a short duration pop-up, basically threatening to shut down my channel, and then it crashed my fucking browser. Now, in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, when the computer says no, the computer's wrong. When you can't correct an AI bot because you're afraid of it getting you fired at your job or something, you need to destroy your AI bot. Your AI bot got tricked into flagging my channel either A, as some of the idiots in the comment section claimed, the anti-wax group decided to flag the video unironically as medical misinformation or whatever. Or B, your AI bot lost control and flagged my video, but you acknowledged, and I have the email, you said that my video didn't violate any community guidelines, but you decided to restrict it anyway, and then you went after other videos. Now, this week, you went after me because a notoriously litigious asshat who used to run Project Veritas, who started it, didn't like my video being up, so you took it down. Okay? And I appealed it, and it's very obvious I'm criticizing, not encouraging the bullshit in that video. Nope, you're guilty of promoting Project Veritas. You're guilty of promoting James O'Keefe. O'Keefe. You're totally guilty. That's totally with a straight face. You're going to say that to me, or you're going to have at least that effect, because you're claiming the misinformation I'm spreading is on behalf of this individual. Now, everybody watching my channel know that I not only don't like James O'Keefe, you're spreading personally identifiable information. I'm literally linking to his Twitter postings at the time, and you guys didn't like that. So let's review. You don't care about medical misinformation or political information that's wrong or propaganda or anything. You go after people who expose it, if you want to say that, or more accurately, debunk it. Because we said magic words that we're not allowed to in our videos. We're not allowed to say certain words in these videos anymore. And at one time, you wouldn't publish the naughty word list because then we would avoid the words and not get flagged. No, it wasn't because we would find some way around this. That's bullshit. You're telling us don't use certain words, and then you won't tell us what words not to use. That's what happened. This is what has happened since time immemorial in any case where people say, well, we're going to outlaw or we're going to punish people for using certain words. Newspeak, and which is a result of, CrimethInc. And when we actually obey the rules so you don't have a reason to shut us up and deplatform us, you shut us up and deplatform us anyway. I know for a fact on that video, like all the other copies of it I put up, I archived a link. I put it through archive.org and Archive Today. Archive Today is being hit by, coincidentally, Archive Today is being hammered to crap, and someone's trying to take it offline, just like they did archive.org a few days ago or weeks ago. But anyway, but none of the archives exist anymore. How did you do that? I'm wondering. Now, I know that you can put in certain codes for pages as error messages, specifically to archivers, to tell them to never archive your website again, but you haven't done that. And you can also do it per page, but you didn't do that. I already checked on that. I really did, because I know this trick exists. Lots of politicians who post crap on Twitter went ahead and ordered the archive.org bot to erase it, because Elon Musk enabled the ability. You could go through, if you were, some are more equal than others, you could tell Twitter to give a response, so the next time anybody archived any of your tweets, all of them would delete, so that there would no longer be any proof you ever got away with something or you were a scam artist. Right to be forgotten only matters to the rich people when they're caught and are about to go to prison, apparently. So let's review. Today you flagged a video where I pointed out you made a mistake, wouldn't admit to it, and got mad at me for pointing it out. The video is literally just me critiquing you. The fact that I said the naughty word on the naughty word list that you won't give to us, that's the reason you did this? And again, below that video and every other copy of it, because it originally had a title that mentioned the subject matter, and I had to remove that because, again, you all threatened us. You said we can't talk about certain words unless we're news channels or doctors. Okay, but you flagged doctors and news channels and left the propaganda up, so you're full of shit. So my video criticizing you and having the receipts, as they say, with the archives, and archiving that video, that pissed you guys off. And for some reason, in the same week, you've decided that James O'Keefe has your ear. Also, I want to point out another video where I pointed out a bunch of propaganda being spread about Donald Trump doing or saying things that he wasn't doing at the time, and that it's just the same propaganda they posted when it was Obama in office, was not accurate, by citing the White House and even Donald Trump denying it, and the fact that it was just regurgitated work from before when it was Obama in office. And it was literally word for word. They just changed the name of the president at the top and re-aged it so it looked more recent and tried to scare people into giving donations because someone said the world's coming to an end. So you flagged that. Again, that video is me criticizing you guys for being a source of misinformation because you won't leave us all alone when we debunk misinformation. But more importantly, the fact that you knew for a fact that I would appeal your decision on every other video I did that day, and you blocked my ability to hit the appeal button. And again, you still left a little help button that says go ahead and appeal it. And when I tried to click the appeal button for a very brief period of time, too quick for me to screenshot, you guys did the following two things. You put up a message saying, attempting to appeal this decision will result in termination or may result in termination. And then and it was the only window open. Then you crashed my fucking browser. And all day today, every time I tried to log into the account and do some basic look around on my channel and maybe edit some things, like an update on all the Backrooms videos, because I found an update, you guys crashed my browser. And the thing is, here's the fun part. If anybody's still watching at the 11-minute 55-second mark, I caught the program you're using. It basically, your website detects that I'm using Firefox or anything other than Chrome, decides it's old, even if it's the latest version. Yes, it is. And then sends a crasher code set. If you're not aware of it, a crasher code or a crasher script or whatever is where you flood someone's web browser in such a way it will definitely crash the browser. I could have one window or 100 windows open. It does not matter. It's not RAM either. But it sends an infinitely unloadable page that just keeps adding more and more on it. You know those infinite scroll pages like YouTube normally does? It will send code constantly. And I tested it a couple of times with a couple of other browsers, including Google Chrome saying it's Safari and then saying it was Firefox. You all didn't like me loading your page if I said it was Firefox. If I said it was Safari or Chrome, you're fine with it. Internet Explorer actually worked too. Didn't care about the version number. The version number check, it was not in the data stream. You don't check for the version number of a browser. You check for who made it and the fact that you don't like it. But more importantly, you don't like it when we don't use your browser. That's monopolistic behavior. And yes, it is literally your company did this. Waptec, do you have any of the packet? I already submitted the information to, well, who I could. I basically complained to a couple of the authorities on the internet, mostly European Union, that's where they actually have authorities, where it said, yeah, this is specifically targeting Firefox. It's extremely easy to detect if you want to go through the trouble of setting up, not a firewall, but a data packet capture thing that can filter. It looked for anything not normal compared to a year ago. You guys are going after anybody running a browser that just doesn't let you poke around. Okay? You like people using Chrome because you can data mine them. So what are you going to flag this video for? Me pointing out that I caught you guys crashing my browser because it's Firefox and latest copy? Or that I pointed out you're data mining people? Or pointing out that you took down a video I put up criticizing you because you have a bunch of thin skins? Or the fact that you couldn't stand the fact that you couldn't get me on it. Got a little frustrated. I wonder what else it affected in your personal lives. And then you literally went ahead and flagged videos and wouldn't let me hit the appeal button. And again, I point out when I first had this problem, you then crashed my browser at the time when I tried to hit that was in 2020. You guys have been doing this for a while, haven't you? Just doing everything. Wow. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And yeah, YouTube, you're a monopoly, and you should be taken apart. Limb from limb.